Before we jump into some of the specific techniques in this course, I'd like to help you get more comfortable with the Layers panel. Now, if you're already a Photoshop expert, you might be able to skip this section, but if you don't feel completely comfortable, let me walk you through a couple of essential things. First up, let's talk about loading multiple images into layers. One technique that's quite useful is to choose File, Scripts, Load Files into Stack. When you choose this, it's quite simple to browse and locate files. For example, I'll go here to my first folder of the exercise files and choose the HDR folder, and I could just choose Select All, Command or Control A, and click Open. Now, if I want, I can open those into one document. You'll also see the ability to automatically align them. So if it's something like an HDR or a panoramic, this option could be useful. When you click OK, the images are opened by Photoshop and loaded into a single document. You'll see that it takes a second, but each image is opened and added to one document. If you look at the Layers panel, you'll see they start to stack up, in fact. Now, the layers are analyzed for details that exist in all photos, and it'll shift them slightly if there was any bump or movement in the camera. There we go. Now, for example, it's easy to choose which part of a photo to keep. For example, if I turn off each of these layers, you'll see different details in each. This would make it simple to mix layers together. Maybe I don't want anything in this super dark photo, so I'll put that down below. But I could take a look here at the mountain, which looks pretty good. Using a tool like the Quick Selection tool, located up here in the toolbar, I can actually make a basic selection of that mountain. There we go. Choose the foreground, and I'll just click the Select and Mask button. Now it's easy to take advantage of things like edge detection and Smart Radius to automatically find key details. I could take a look at that as an overlay, in fact, or view it over white or black, making it easier to judge how this is being composited. There we go. I'll just adjust the opacity there so it's a pure white background. Looks pretty good. Let's output that to a layer mask and click OK. And you see it adjust. Now I'll turn on the next layer and just move that behind. That's not bad. Let's try the one above that though. And that actually looks pretty good. In this case, I used one exposure for the sky and one exposure for the foreground. Well, later on, you'll learn about HDR photography and how you can merge all 5 of these together. This is an easy way to create a combined image or a composite, making it quite simple. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about staying organized.